The idea of Canada merging with the United States has sparked considerable debate and a wide range of emotions among Canadians. Recent polls paint a clear picture. Canadians overwhelmingly oppose the notion of becoming part of the United States. A December 2024 Ledger poll of 1,520 Canadian adults revealed that a staggering 82% are against the idea. This sentiment is remarkably consistent across different demographics, with only minor variations observed among age groups and income levels. However, a closer examination of the data reveals a distinct regional divide. Opposition to the merger is most pronounced in Atlantic Canada, where a full 90% of respondents expressed their disapproval. In contrast, Alberta stands out as the region most receptive to the idea, although even there, opposition remains significant at 74%. This regional variation likely reflects deep-seated historical, cultural and economic factors that shape Canadian perspectives on the relationship with their southern neighbor. The partisan divide on this issue is equally striking. Support for a merger is lowest among supporters of the New Democratic Party, with a resounding 94% expressing their opposition. Liberal Party supporters follow closely behind at 89%, while Conservative Party supporters are the most receptive to the idea, albeit with a still significant opposition rate of 73%. This partisan split underscores the complexities of the issue, which transcends traditional left-right political alignments and taps into fundamental questions of national identity and sovereignty. The reasons behind this widespread opposition to a merger are multifaceted. Many Canadians express concerns about the potential erosion of their distinct cultural identity, fearing that absorption into the United States would lead to the assimilation and disappearance of cherished Canadian traditions and values. Others worry about the implications for Canada's social safety net, including its universal healthcare system, which they fear could be dismantled or weakened under a United States system. Justin Trudeau, Canada's outgoing Prime Minister, has been a staunch defender of Canadian sovereignty and a vocal critic of any suggestion of a merger with the United States. Throughout his tenure, Trudeau has consistently articulated a vision of Canada as a strong and independent nation, capable of charting its own course on the world stage. His government's policies have reflected this commitment to autonomy, from its assertive stance in trade negotiations with the United States to its independent foreign policy initiatives. In response to the recent surge in discussions about a potential merger, Trudeau has been unequivocal in his rejection of the idea. He has repeatedly emphasized that Canadians value their independence and have no desire to become part of the United States. Trudeau's stance reflects not only his personal convictions, but also the overwhelming sentiment of the Canadian public, as evidenced by the aforementioned polls. His firm and unwavering opposition to any form of integration with the United States has served as a rallying point for Canadians who cherish their national identity and their distinct place in the world. Trudeau's legacy on this issue is likely to be one of unwavering defense of Canadian sovereignty. His government has taken concrete steps to strengthen Canada's international standing and reduce its reliance on the United States. These efforts include diversifying trade relationships, investing in Canadian industries, and playing a more active role in multilateral organizations. By pursuing these policies, Trudeau has sought to secure Canada's future as a prosperous and independent nation, capable of navigating the challenges of a rapidly changing world. Despite Trudeau's firm stance, the debate over Canada's relationship with the United States is far from over. The economic and geopolitical realities of North America ensure that the two countries will remain closely intertwined. However, Trudeau's legacy is likely to serve as a powerful reminder of the importance of Canadian sovereignty and the enduring desire of Canadians to chart their own destiny. As Canada navigates the complexities of its relationship with its southern neighbor, Trudeau's commitment to independence will undoubtedly continue to shape the national conversation for years to come. On the other side of the 49th parallel, former United States President Donald Trump has injected an unpredictable element into the discussion. Known for his unconventional political style and penchant for bold pronouncements, Trump has repeatedly referred to Canada as the 51st state, a statement that has been met with a mixture of amusement and alarm north of the border. While some dismiss it as mere rhetoric, others see it as a reflection of a deeper desire to expand American influence and control over its northern neighbor. Trump's pronouncements about Canada must be understood within the context of his broader foreign policy approach. which has been characterized by a transactional and often unilateralist worldview. His America First agenda, with its emphasis on prioritizing American interests above all else, has led to friction with allies and adversaries alike. In this context, his statements about Canada can be interpreted as part of a pattern of seeking to maximize American leverage in its dealings with other countries, even those considered close allies. Trump's interest in Canada extends beyond mere rhetoric. In January 2025, he made headlines by threatening to use economic force to acquire Canada, citing potential benefits such as tariff elimination and enhanced security. This statement, made during a heated trade dispute between the two countries, sent shockwaves through Canadian political circles and raised concerns about the potential for escalating tensions. While the threat was never acted upon, it served as a stark reminder of the power imbalance between the two countries and the vulnerability of Canada to American pressure. Trump's pronouncements about Canada should be viewed alongside his expressed interest in acquiring other territories, including the Panama Canal and Greenland. These statements, often made impulsively and without clear strategic rationale, reflect a broader pattern of expansionist rhetoric that has characterized his presidency. While it is difficult to gauge the seriousness of these pronouncements, they have nonetheless raised concerns about the potential for a more assertive and unpredictable American foreign policy. The concept of annexation often brings to mind images of conquest and domination. But what if it happens under a different guise? Territorial status can sometimes be just that: annexation by another name. Territories may appear to have some autonomy, yet they remain under the control of a larger power. This subtle form of dominance raises questions about sovereignty and self-determination. Is it truly possible for a territory to exercise full autonomy while still being subject to another nation's authority? The implications are profound, and the answers are far from simple. In the realm of international relations, the absence of concrete action and political will often speaks louder than words. Despite numerous discussions and proposals, the lack of definitive steps can stall progress indefinitely. It's a complex dance of interests and priorities, where the inertia itself becomes a significant barrier. Trade negotiations often transform into a high-stakes game where every move counts. In this intricate chessboard, nations use various elements as bargaining chips to gain leverage. The strategic use of these chips can reshape alliances and redefine economic landscapes. It's a delicate balance of give and take, where the ultimate goal is to secure favorable terms. Imagine a future where borders blur and economies intertwine more closely than ever before. A cross-border merger could bring unprecedented opportunities and challenges. The implications are vast, touching on everything from regulatory frameworks to cultural integration. It's a vision of unity that requires careful consideration and collaborative effort to realize. The concept of a North American Union has been a topic of speculation and debate for years. Weighing its likelihood involves examining political climates, economic incentives, and public sentiment across the continent. While the idea promises enhanced cooperation and shared prosperity, it also demands a level of commitment and compromise that is not easily attained. The path to such a union is fraught with complexities, but the potential benefits could be transformative.